Away and running. Taking a stumble at the start in the center was tested positive. Good speed today from Grand Spun. The rail belongs to Jimmy the Book, and deep on the track, Unbridled Sass came away in fourth. Fessin' Up is holding down that third place position, and the favorites coming under a heavy drive to Unbridled Sass. And last of all, at the back of the pack is tested positive. They raced down to the 4 furlong point, and Grand Spun with speed on display, trying to stick the trip today. But Jimmy the Book is right there, hounding her every step of the way. Fessin' Up is also right there in the thick of it too. Unbridled Sass continues to be set hard since the starter said go, and tested positive is 6 lengths down from the speed. The battle ensues between Grand Spun and Jimmy the Book. Right there in the thick of it is Fessin' Up. Unbridled Sass has had a wide trip and gets a couple of reminders and not responding at the moment as they turn in, and up the inside is tested positive. They're homeward bound. Still 4 chances across the course. It's still Grand Spun leading the charge. Tested positive comes probing up the paint. Unbridled Sass trying to grind away late stages. Tested positive has sweet rail momentum and an 8-1 winner too. Tested positive has won it over Grand Spun and Unbridled Sass. Away and running, taking a nasty stumble was Painted Thunder. Sporting the goal, pops on top, but there goes Sagamoose to confront the early leader, and Stavros came away a handy third on settling down. Big Brook is already shoved upon in the opening furlong to be in fourth. Dangerous Mind has one beaten, and the stumbling start leaves Painted Thunder with a monumental task. They race down to the 4 furlong point, and Sporting the goal leads the charge. It's only an act. Sagamoose is right there, glued to his every step in second, and deep on the track is Stavros, and the rail is wide open for Big Brook today, and Big Brook had a sweet rail skimming ride to take the lead. Sporting the goal needs to counter their attacks, and Stavros is right there in the hunt, and the yellow cap on the far outside. 3 of them stack up at the quarter pole, and Stavros can wait no more. Stavros confronts Big Brook, and these are the 2 principals as they roll off the turn and race for home. Stavros with a half length in front, make it 1. Big Brook is right there fighting on despite a ground-saving trip, and a distant third is Sporting the gold, and Dangerous Mind is closing in for the trifecta, but it's all Stavros at 2-5 to win well. Big Brook was second, Dangerous Mind was third, and Sporting the gold finished fourth. Away and running. Good inside speed today from White Lilacs. Deep on the course, here comes High Vibes to get that second place position in a paceless affair. And Novala rides that rail. Teaming up with her is Amazon Queen as they're a joint third under the line for the first time. Jenny Highway has 2 beaten, which is Glossamer, and Ballycuta is at the back of the pack. Around the turn they go, past the 6.5, and White Lilacs controls things today and shows the way in a very soft galloping pace too, and the lead's a length and a half. High Vibes is tracking the speed in second, and Ovala scrapes paint in third. Amazon Queen's off the fence for a clear shot of the leaders in fourth, and Jenny Highway's also right there in close connection. Quite a separation back to Glossamer, and the trailer is Ballycuta. No twist to the plot yet. White Lilacs continues to lead, and it's been a cozy lead at that. Shows the way 3/4 of a length and high five shadows her speed every step of the way. Novala continues to save a lot of ground in third, and deep on the course is Amazon Queen. Jenny Highway's also right there chasing a quartet. Glossamer still at the back with Ballycuta. Around the bend with a quarter to go. White Lilacs is the one with the target on her back with her poised to take her on now. Off the turn, they're homeward bound. White Lilacs is confronted by high fives, and deep on the course trying to close in is Amazon Queen. Homeward bound now, White Lilacs trying to stand her ground. Up the inside trying to close in late is Ballycuta, but they're inside the final 16th of a mile, and here's Novala surging to the top. At 2-1, Novala has won it over White Lilacs, Amazon Queen, and then came Ballycuta. Away and running. Nice even start. Defend breaks right on cue. Raise the Rent is sent hard in that red shadow roll. Ambazoo came away in third. Redeem Eddie's a tracking fourth. Deep on the track is Money Song. And at the rail is the Sakari past the 4.5. And the solo speed is Defend. And Defend stands his ground today and has a 2-length lead. Raise the Rent under Paco's hands is shoved upon at the 3.5. Ambazoo is riding that rail in third in a well-stretched outfield. Money Song's a distant fourth. Redeem Eddie has one beaten, and the Sakari's dropped to the tail with a quarter to go. Defend with that speed on display. Bazoo is lurking in the shadows, and Raise the Rent is coming under a heavy drive. They approach the 3/16 pole and race for home, and Defend continues to lead, but leaves the rail wide open for Bazoo, who's starting to gain inches. In the thick of it is Raise the Rent. Redeem Eddie is absolutely flying, but is in traffic. There's a 16th to go. Defend is still leading. Raise the Rent draws level, hits the front now. Raise the Rent has won it over Defend, Redeem Eddie, and Bazoo. Away and running. Good even start too. Brooklyn Girlee's the first one to break the line, but there's speed from Bossy Diva today, and Queen of the Mud is right there too. Expectations Met is trying to punch on through, and Believe in Love the long shots a joint fourth. Rep Paz is second last, and Nancy Spain has to come with a big close and 3 furlongs to do it in. So Bossy Diva leads the charge around the one and only turn. Brooklyn Girlie's on hold in that second place position. 2 lanes down to Expectations Met, who's creeping closer too. And Queen of the Mud on debut is wide in that 4th place position as they turn to the top of the stretch. Bossy Diva turns first. Brooklyn Girlie right there chasing every step of the way. Queen of the Mud is in for the fight to center of the track. There's 1 furlong to go, and Bossy Diva has now slipped away from the opposition. Chasing in second is Brooklyn Girlie. Queen of the Mud just floundering at this late stage of the race, but it's Bossy Diva's win. Second goes to Brooklyn Girlie over Queen of the Mud, and Rapaz close. Away and running. Good speed on the inside from Remember Me, who takes the outright lead and does it with ease. Deep on the track, Navani came away in second, and Just Great takes that second position away. Super Fabulous travels sweetly and on hold in that fourth place position, and Little Cry Baby has to make up a lot of ground inside the final 4 furlongs. Remember Me and all that show money on the tip of its nose. She shows the way 3/4 of a length, but Just Great is poised to take on this rival now as they swing left. Deep on the tracks, Navani riding the rail is Super Fabulous, 2 sets of 2, and Little Cry Baby starting to pick it up, but is still 8 lengths down from a dueling top pair. And there goes the first time starter, Just Great, and Just Great with confident stride just kicked away by 1. Remember Me will try to re-rally but has nothing in reserve, trying to hold on to second. Deep on the track, Navani's closing in. The rail belongs to Super Fabulous, but look at this first impression. Just Great turned in a dazzling first-time debut. Just Great just won by a landslide. Remember Me's holding second. Navani was there in that photo along with Little Cry Baby. Away and running. Good speed today from King Tsunami. There goes Nautilus the Gray to strike the top. And Bold Licorice is also right there in the early hunt too as they settle down. And in between rivals is strong headed, so the pace is keen for this 12 furlong marathon. Who's Counting came away in 5th position. Mena is a settled 6th. Regal Kingdom's in front of 2. Treasure Tales taking on the boys today is very rank and passed by Artemis Bridge. They navigate the far turn for the first time round, and Nautilus gets over to the fence from that high barrier position, shows the way by a neck. 2 of them are closing in early as they pass the quarter pole on this first occasion. Bold Licorice is in between rivals, and Strong Headed is 3 deep as they enter the stretch for the first time. And up the inside, King Tsunami enjoys a lovely trail to join 3rd. Right behind that pair includes Who's Counting deep on the track, and in between horses is Mena. Riding the rail is Regal Kingdom, with Artemis Bridge second last, and Treasure Tales is now settled as they move in front of us for the first time. So Nautilus leads with a circuit to go. They're 7 furlongs out, but Bold Licorice is right there shadowing the speed in second, and King Tsunami has a dream trip today if good enough, and going out very wide in last is Artemis Bridge. Stronghead is in that 4th place position, well off the fence. Regal Kingdom's on hold as well. Mena passes that rival. Deep on the track is Who's Counting with Artemis Bridge, and Treasure Tales is last of all. They go back to the starting point, and Nautilus continues to be the speed, but man, this one has been hounded every step of the way by Bold Licorice and Strongheaded, and these 3 continue to give no breathers up top. King Tsunami is right there desperately crying out for room. Mena has picked up a couple of rivals as they get ready to enter the far turn run. And Who's Counting is right there starting to pick them off one by one. This is up for grabs with 3 furlongs to go. Nautilus turns left for the 3rd time with the commanding lead. Bold Licorice is right there trying to pounce when it counts, and here comes Who's Counting. Who's Counting is starting to close in with sweet strides too. King Tsunami is blocked for a run. Mena's trying hard as they come to the top of the stretch. Homeward bound now, Nautilus has led them a long way. Who's Counting is right there trying to bridge that gap. King Tsunami with a dream trip. Orange cap of Regal Kingdom. Chances galore at the gap. King Tsunami strikes the front. Nautilus gives way. Regal Kingdom with an inside burst inside the final 50 yards. Regal Kingdom has won it. To be King Tsunami, Nautilus, and Who's Counting. away and running. Good speed today from rock solid golfer. Cam Pendleton taps on the brakes and doing it the right way, sensing a slower pace, gets closer at the 7.5. At Mondays with Mike is fanned 3 wide in the tree line shadows that make up the first turn run. Up the inside is Texpectation, and last of all is Political. So off the 6.5 furlong pole they pass, and rock solid golfer off the 745-day layoff shows the way 3/4 of a length. Doing it the right way is a patiently ridden second, and a length and a half down from the dueling top pair is Camp Pendleton, who's well off the fence. Mondays with Mike has covered a lot of ground in a race that has no pace whatsoever. Political has one beaten, and that's Texpectation. Down to the 4 furlong pole they go, and rock solid golfer continues to be the leader today and shows the way 3/4 of a length, but doing it the right way continues to hound every step of the way. Cam Pendleton has no excuses with a wide trip in third. Political starts to rally and picks off a couple of rivals as they enter the far turn, which include Texpectations and Mondays with Mike around the turn. Rock solid golfer starts to give way off of a lengthy layoff, and doing it the right way takes the lead at the quarter pole. Cam Pendleton is right there too, and lurking behind the both of them is Political, as these are the three principals as they turn for home. Deep on the course is Cam Pendleton. Still got a press pass, doing it the right way, who leads the charge to the final furlong. Doing it the right way, when asked, now kicks away to a 1-length lead. Cam Pendleton chasing, but chasing in vain. Political's in third, Texpectations fourth. That's how they'll finish. Doing it the right way scores at even money to be Cam Pendleton, Political, and Texpectation.